Welcome back, guys and girls there. My name is John Oakes, and we're here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. Today, we're going to go over a very nice car here. This is our next one that we're going to post up there for sale. So again, if after the video, if you've got any questions or concerns, please reach out to us and we'll be glad to help you out with any of those questions. So here right behind me, this is a 1972 Plymouth Duster. As you can see, this car is done in the orange exterior with the black, or I should say like a matte black or a flat black decals and hood scoop on the car. So a very nice color combination. I know a lot of you Mopar guys and girls out there, they're going to say, is that the vitamin C color? That I'm not 100% sure on. I'm just going to call it out as orange, but it does look pretty close to say like the vitamin C that you would see on your Mopars for the time. Again, all of your decals, as you can see here on this car, they are all in excellent condition. And yes, they are all vinyl. So all your decals, as far as the black, as far as your Duster logos and so forth, those are all done in the vinyl and are all in very, very good condition. And you'll see that as we walk around our car. Now again, this car here, all the bright work, your bumpers, all the moldings around the windshield, the rear glass, and your drip rail moldings, they're all in really good shape, but we will take a look at those as I walk around the car, and I'll point out to you anything that I see that would, you know, bring up otherwise there. But as far as wheels and tires and the stance of the car, as you can see here, we've got an aftermarket wheel. These are in fact American Racing Torque Thrust style wheels. They are the Cobra Radial GT tires also on the car. Tread is in excellent condition on these. As far as the wheel size goes, we've got 15/6s up front, and then out here on the back of the car, we do have the 15 by 8.5s back there so that we can get a little bit wider tire back there. As far as the tire size, 215/65 R15s is what we have up front, and then out here on the back, we've got the 225/60 15s back here, slightly taller and a little bit wider there. Again, it gives it a nice stance, as you can see here. Our car here, again, if you see all the fenders, the doors, the quarter panels, we always look at our gaps and elevations on these things. And again, you can see the gaps to the front and to the back side of the door here are very uniform and nice gaps, nice tight gaps on this car, very good. As you can see, elevations are dead on too with the front fender and the rear quarters when compared to the door, and all your body lines line up all the way down too, as you can see there. The chrome door handles are in great shape. There's no pitting on these. Our mirror here, the chrome on our driver's side mirror, that's excellent condition, as well as the glass in that mirror too. Our side glass, as far as like the door and your quarter window glass back here, those are in really nice shape. There's no chips or cracks or anything here. Your drip rail moldings, nice and straight all the way around. As you can see, there's no like dents or dings or anything in any of that, and they're polished up really well too. The other thing I always do on these cars, I always feel through that drip rail molding, through that rain gutter section. I always like to make sure that those are nice and smooth, and that in fact is. And again, you've got more of that bright work here right down on the leading edge of your quarter window. Again, those are all in nice shape. We will open our door up. We'll take a look at the interior now. As you can see, very nice interior as far as the condition goes. We've got the bench seat up front, split bench I should say, bench in the back, white vinyl upholstery, and it's got that black or the gray pattern there in it, the cloth pattern. Again, the condition is great. If you look at the dash, factory instrumentation there in the dash as far as those gauges go. It does have the 3 common aftermarket gauges in it though, that being the voltmeter gauge, oil pressure, and water temperature, and those are all AutoGage name brand. You can see the factory climate controls in there, and then it's got the realistic AM/FM radio there right in the dash. factory steering wheel, column shift, and the carpeting is in excellent shape too in this car. Black carpet, no rips, tears, or fading. It's got all the seat belts too included with this car, so all your front belts and the back belts included. So you can put a whole family load in this car and they can all be strapped down nice and safe. As far as the door panels go, well, you can see the condition of everything here. Excellent shape here as far as these door panels go. The armrest even too, a lot of times you'll see some cracks or so forth appear on those armrests. Those are in excellent shape. There's no cracks whatsoever. The orange paint on the doors in great shape, and all of your weather stripping and seals are in great condition as well. Nice and soft, no rips or tears anywhere. Even has the rubber bump stops there on your door. So again, that is pretty much it for your interior, at least looking at it from the driver's side. So we'll close that up. It closes super easy, nice and tight. Again, those nice gaps there all the way around. Again, you'll see that decal, it goes all the way back. You've got the body color gas cap here. Again, you've got the 340 decals, which do signify what is underneath the hood on this car. Now, as we come around to the back side of the car, again, the tail panel here we'll take a look at. Got the matching stripes back here as well, which are in great shape. Your tail light lenses and bezels are in really good shape on this car too. The hood fitment all the way around, all your gaps, you can see all very uniform the whole way around. And when we look at the rear glass, it is in great condition. Even the moldings all the way around, nice and flat, all attached, good and secure, no issues there. Now, as far as the rear bumper goes, the rear bumper is in really good shape, nice and straight. There's no dents or dings anywhere. The chrome finish, for the most part, really good condition here. But right along the top edge, you will see just a little wee bit of pitting, but not much at all. For the most part, it's shined up very, very nice. And again, you can see our chrome tips here for the exhaust sticking out there too, which are very nice. Now let's go ahead and open our trunk lid up. That way we can take a look at the interior trunk condition here. So as we have the trunk up, you can see the underside of the trunk all done the same as the body color. Got the rubber bump stops on there, so it's not sitting just on your weather stripping here. It does have those to cushion it. The weather stripping itself is all in excellent shape. Probably pretty new stuff underneath here. No rips or tears, all attached, good and secure. It meets together right in the center. And your rain gutters here, those are all nice and straight, good and solid all the way around on the car, which that's going to help direct any water you get from washing the car or from the outside elements. It's going to direct it right out the back of the car. You're never going to have to worry about it getting inside the trunk. Now, as far as the trunk itself goes, the pan, you can see good solid trunk pan here, very nice shape back here, all painted up again. You can see the condition of the rear quarter panels too. And again, you see how well that fuel fill neck is there too, with the rubber there too that does go with it. So again, all of this, the trunk inside, excellent shape. The hinges and the trunk spring all doing what they should be doing too, holding that trunk lid up on its own. So we'll go ahead and close this up, and then we'll work our way around the rest of the car here. Quarter panels, door, front fender, the whole side of this car, nice and straight all the way down here. Again, decals are in great shape. Got our wheels and tires that you can check out the condition of those as we walk around. And as we get to the passenger side door, same thing here. Nice tight gaps to the back as well as to the front side of the door here. Elevations are right on. The chrome on the door handle, very nice with no pitting on this side. Same thing with our drip rail moldings all the way around, nice and straight, securely fastened to the car. And again, through that rain gutter section, nice and smooth all the way around. The glass in our quarter window and in our passenger side door, all in excellent shape too, with no chips, cracks, or scratches on any of that. So let's go ahead, open up from the passenger side, Take a look at the interior here again. Same thing here, nice condition on the interior overall. No rips or tears in any of the upholstery. Same thing with that carpeting as we stated before. The dash pad, no cracks or tears anywhere in the dash pad itself. Just an overall very, very nicely put together car here. It really is nice there. So again, as far as your weather stripping on the doors, nice and soft, probably pretty new stuff here. No rips or tears anywhere. The rubber bump stops on there. And then again, all your seals up around your window there, your channel, those are all in excellent shape. Again, the door shuts nice and easy. Again, we'll come up here, take a look. We do have the fender mounted antenna. Now, not power, but it is manual. You can raise and lower it, get you a little better reception there, but that's all in great shape. Again, we've got the decals, the Duster here on the fenders, and that brings us around to the front of the car. Now up front here, again, chrome bumper, and this bumper's in really, really nice shape. No pitting on this bumper, the chrome's in good shape. There's no dents or dings anywhere on the front bumper. As we come up a little higher, we see our grille. The grille is in great shape too. There's nothing broke or cracked. It's all complete and all good and solid. As far as our lights go and the lenses are in great shape. There's no chips or cracks in any of our lenses anywhere. Traditional sealed beam headlights here. Your high and low beams all concealed right here in one unit. Glass lenses, those all look good. And then we come up to our hood. We see the gaps all the way around the hood are very uniform. Nice tight gaps here. The windshield itself looks to be in really good shape here. I will say, does have just a couple little, ever so tiny chips in it. Again, it's a 1972, so you're bound to have a little bit there on the windshield. But again, your moldings, your trim work all the way around the windshield here is in great shape, nice and straight all the way around, secured. You got your wiper arms, a nice set of blades here also for that. And if you look down on our hood here, it does have that Snorkel style hood scoop, the dual scoop there. Now again, this scoop is not a functional scoop, more so just for looks. But again, for the Mopar stuff and the old Dusters, this is a real nice look for these cars. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a look right now at what we have underneath the hood. Let me find our second latch. There we go. All right. So first and foremost, the hood release does work. The latch mechanism and everything all in good working condition. Underside of the hood, as you can see, done the same as the body color. Same thing with the engine bay here. Now again, with the Mopars, this was, what they did with them. They would do the engine bay the same color as the car. So this, paint-wise would be correct for the car as far as the scheme goes. As far as the engine now, we'll kind of start from the top, work our way down. So in general, we've got a 340 cubic inch motor here. At the top, we've got the chrome Edelbrock air cleaner lid and base. It's got that open element here, which again is a nice clean element. We've got the 4-barrel carburetor underneath that. It is, in fact, it's an Edelbrock there. It does have the electric choke as well. Now, as far as the intake goes, the intake itself, I'm just trying to see here, it is a street Dominator, and that is a Holley intake. So good name brand intake there. It's got the MT finned valve covers, which is a very, very nice look for this car. And then as far as the headers go for breathing, the exhaust, we've got a set of long tube headers here. 1 3/4 inch primary tubes on these headers, so it's going to breathe really good. And as you can see on the spark plugs, we've got the insulator boots on here to help protect those ends there from any heat coming off of those long tube headers. As far as the distributor and the coil, stock style distributor, stock style coil. As far as the wires go, now they have updated these. These are a good set of Taylor Spiro Pro wires. These are 8mm wires, so that's going to deliver a good spark to that motor. Nice chrome alternator over here too. Very nice looking radiator here. Looks like Champion name brand aluminum radiator. Again, no leaks or drips anywhere. Top radiator hose is in great condition. As you can see, it's got a real nice chrome shroud here to help bring that air through the radiator and help cool things. And it's got one of those Flex Light style fan blades on it too. So again, a good addition to the car. Now, if you notice inside the engine bay here, the car does retain the fender tag on it, so it's going to have your codes and everything for the car all right there. It is manual brake, manual steering car, but again, I brought this car up from the back just a little while ago. It steers and brakes very, very good. Now behind this motor for the transmission, it does have the 904 automatic transmission, and then for the rear end, that is in fact a Mopar 8 3/4 rear. Again, it is Mopar's version of the Posi. It's the Shore Grip, 343 gear ratio in the center section of that rear end. So again, all in all, this car is going to be able to go out and cruise around if you'd like. You're also going to be able to put the power down early if you want to, you know, with it. Again, these 340s were always a good little running engine here. So no issues whatsoever. Everything looks great on this car. Good running car. Interior's in great condition. All in all, a very nice car. So with that said, what we typically do now is we're going to take just a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and close this all up, get it around, and we're going to do the engine run video, and then we also are going to go underneath the car, show you the entire underside of this car and how nice a condition that is. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but as I started the video off with, if in fact you have any more questions or concerns about the car, don't hesitate to give us a call, an email, or a text. We'll be more than happy to get back to you as soon as we possibly can to answer any of those questions you have. Hey folks, welcome back. We're here standing underneath our 72 Plymouth Duster here. So we're going to go through this just as we always do. We're going to go through from front to back on this car. I'm going to go over exactly what we're seeing on the underside of this car, all the components and the condition of everything as we see it underneath here. And then that way, hopefully, we clear up any questions and concerns that you might have about the car before you even have to call us. So starting here at the front, of course, our radiator. Now this is an aluminum radiator. Everything looks to be in phenomenal shape with that right here. As far as your drain petcock, the entire bottom, the tank here, that all looks good. All of your lines for your transmission cooler, those are all leak-free, no signs of any kind of moisture around those whatsoever, including your lower radiator hose on the car. All clamps and so forth all look to be in really good shape too on this car. If we work our way a little bit back further here, now we'll start to get into some of the structural stuff. Mainly your K-member, that's kind of what we're looking at right here. Very integral part to this car, as this is where all of your front suspension basically mounts off of. Now this all looks good, doesn't look like it's ever been banged up or dinged on anything whatsoever here. It is a strut rod front suspension, typical of most Mopar cars here. Your rods here going to the front, all nice and straight. Everything's been checked over, those all look good. Your control arms, both your top and lower control arms here, those are just your typical stamped steel components here, and those all look good. The front shocks all in very good condition. They look fairly new, and again, all your mounting hardware, your bushings on the shocks and so forth, those are all in very good condition. And of course your tie rods, both the rod itself and the tie rod ends. Those all have the little rubber dust boot covers on them. Keep that grease in, any kind of dirt and debris out so that they don't fail prematurely. All of that is in good condition on this car. And then of course out at the very ends here, we've got of course our brakes, and then of course wheels and tires. So the brakes on the front of this car, these are going to be just disc brakes. They're manual. All that stuff, the components, the brake calipers and so forth, those all look good. and they look to be just a traditional, just a, OE style. So you should be able to go to just about any parts store around and order your, pads and rotors and so forth whenever the time comes that you need those, and replace those items. Now, as far as the wheels and tires go, these are 15-inch American Racing Torque Thrust wheels here on the car, in very good shape. Again, I think I said 15-inch front and rear. And as far as the tires go, a very nice set of Cooper Cobra tires here. Up front, these are the Radial GTs. They are 215/65 15s on the front. And then I'll get you the sizes whenever we go to the rear of the car. If we come back in towards the center of the car now we can begin talking about some of the drive line here on this vehicle. Now, this has the 340 cubic inch Mopar engine here. Oil pan is nice and dry all the way around the oil pan gasket, as well as at the drain plug, and of course at the back of the transmission. As far as the transmission goes, this is your 904 automatic transmission here. The actual pan on that is all nice and dry as well. No leaks or drips anywhere that I can see. And as far as all your lines coming back here, like I said, your tranny cooler lines and so forth, those are all dry all the way back to the transmission. Now, as far as your transmission mount goes and cross member, all of that is in really good shape. And your output shaft seal here at the back of the transmission here, that is nice and dry where that slip yoke slides into it. As far as the exhaust, we'll kind of go over that so we don't get too far back here and have to go back. These all obviously are your long tube headers, and these are 1.75 inch primary tubes on these. So a nice big open free flowing header there to help it get that exhaust out of the car. 2.25 inch exhaust all the way back into a set of turbo style mufflers. And of course it does have the tailpipes up over top of the rear end housing there, and a nice set of chrome tips right underneath the rear bumper. As far as the frame and the floors go on the car, frame all looks in good shape, nice and straight. Nothing looks like it's ever been banged up or anything. So again, all nice and square underneath here. Of course, the torsion bars also to complete the front suspension on the car. All your bushings and so forth through your frame and everything all look to be in good shape. The floors, those are all in good shape too, nice and solid. Now it does have what appears to be a couple of patch panels put in it, but they are the correct metal, the correct panels that go in this car. So it looks like the front floor pan as well as the rear floor pan on the driver's side only, it appears. It looks like the passenger side is all probably factory OE underneath here, and everything, like I said, looks great. Now, they did an excellent job here at installing these. Everything is nice and straight cut everywhere around here, seam sealed, welded up. Everything looks good underneath here, so you're not going to have any issues there. Pinch welds along the bottom of the car are nice and straight. Got all of your body braces and so forth coming out here. Those are all in good shape too. As you can see here also, the emergency brake cables, those are all hooked up on this car. So all the correct frame hooks and brackets and so forth are all installed, and everything is run all the way back to those rear brakes and functional too. Now, our drive shaft is a steel drive shaft. It's balanced, so that's going to help eliminate any kind of driveline vibrations you might have. And then as we come back to the rear end here, this is that Mopar 8.75 inch rear. It's their version of the Posi, which is the Shore Grip rear. 343 gear ratio in this pumpkin here. So again, a good gear for driving, basically anywhere that you want to go with this car. Now, that third member assembly here, that is all nice and dry. So the seal around that, the gasket and everything, all in great condition here and leak-free. Same thing with the pinion at the front of that rear end there too. Now, as far as the rear suspension goes, obviously we can see we've got a multi-leaf rear suspension back here. Good set of rear shocks here that look fairly new too. Again, all of our mounting hardware and also the bushings and so forth on the shocks, all in great shape. And again, these are drum brakes back here. The wheels and tires, 15-inch Torq thrust wheels from American Racing again. And again, with the Cooper Cobra radial GTs back here as well to match the front. Now back here, little different size on the tire, a 225/60/15 back here. But again, a real nice look for this car, the wheel and tire combination. As I mentioned earlier, the tailpipes there, you can see those up over top of the rear end housing. The fuel tank itself is in great shape, no dents or dings. The actual hardware here, your straps and all your bolts and so forth, all in good shape here. You can see underneath here, from what we can see, you see that provision underneath here for your spare tire. Good and solid, there's no issues there whatsoever. And of course those chrome tips there for the exhaust on this car. Now that's pretty much it for underneath our 72 Duster here. So again, you see the condition of everything underneath here. Looks really, really good here also. So with that said, I mean, I know there's some questions that you might have as far as shipping goes. We do offer our warranty. So again, with all of that stuff, if you pay the retail price on the car, shipping enclosed to anywhere within the 48 contiguous states is included in that price, as well as our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. So again, if you have any more questions with that, you can always feel free to reach out to us by phone, email, or text, and we'll be definitely glad to answer any questions that you might have. We also, if financing is something that would be of interest to you, we work very closely with several collector car financing and specialty car financing companies. So all you have to do, go right to our website. We make it real easy for you. You can click on the finance tab for the car, fill out a credit app, and then we can submit that over to one of the 3 lenders and hopefully get you approved for that and keep you posted all the way through that process. Again, that's pretty much it. So while we're gonna go ahead and take a minute just to get this down off the lift, next thing we'll do is go underneath the hood, fire that motor up for you, so you get to hear what the 340 Mopar engine sounds like with this full dual exhaust with long tube headers.